Good morning, YouTube, and my crazy Zoom crowd. Here it is. Looks like a long one, right? 13 exercises. Lots of reps. It is a long one. All right, we start with a half kneeling windmill. 5 reps each side. So, dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you got. Here, then here. That's the side that's going to get the kettlebell or the dumbbell. And remember, we're sitting back. The hips are controlling us. You're not coming down on your hand and then, no, you're coming down to your hand and then to your elbow. We're controlling the movement with our hips. Think about the shoulder. It should be down and sliding across the back of the rib cage. All work being done by the glutes and isometrically by the rotator cuff. I think that was 6, right? Oops. Okay. Don't need a heavy weight for this. Enough weight to push your shoulder down. So if you can press 100 pounds with one hand, 10 pounds for this exercise would not be appropriate. But if you're pressing, 20 or 30 pounds or 50 pounds, anywhere from, 15 to 25 or 35 pounds would be adequate. No, you don't need to use your press weight for this, but you can. Stay focused on the bell. I think we'll do an extra one here. Okay. There we go. So from that fun, I'm going to move right into the side planks. Make sure I don't kick that. Remember, shoulder in socket above the hand. Bottom leg is behind me, top leg in front. Close, open wide. Really stretch back. Connect the shoulder and the hip behind you, and then the same in front. I'm doing 8 reps. Doesn't need to be any faster than this. And there's 2 ways to work harder. You could flail fast, or you can just stabilize, hold tighter for longer periods of time by slowing down. Your muscles end up working just as hard. And you probably get more out of the exercise because you're being more mindful with the open, the close, right? Be more mindful with the rep. All right, reverse lunge twist. Simple one, no weight required. Step back, I'm stepping back right leg. Right arm's going to reach across the left. And my left arm's going to come back and find that ankle, right? And we're going to switch. Yes, you could do these all one side than the other. This is one of those exercises that lends itself well to alternating and has a nice stretch built into it. And so we come down here, we squeeze that glute and reach, right? So alternating sides on the stretch will make it more productive for you. And of course, getting up and down and switching, right? So that's work with a coordination change, right? As one leg's better at this than the other, you're tighter, you may feel wobbly on one side. It's a little more challenging. Skater hops. You remember these? Try to get the distance in your mat. Whoop, and stick the landing. Doing 8 in each direction. So you're trying to push yourself further across and manage the landing. Control it. Not rushing with this. Stick that landing. Stabilize, and then go. It requires more power generation and better balance. So again, by taking your time with that rep, you're still working explosive power development, but you're also working balance, coordination. Most people just, they miss the balance part of it. All right, push-ups. In parentheses, I put ISO modifications or mods. So if we get cranky hand, wrist, elbow, shoulder, so putting your hand on a block while you're doing the push-ups and letting those hands, the fingers relax over the top of the block will probably help. Same is true of straight vision and so forth. Yoga block can be your friend. But let's say the push-up has gotten too painful, too difficult. Shoulder, elbow, what have you. Isometrics. So we get into our push-up position plank, making sure that shoulders tight and we're lined up over the hand. And that would apply for a push-up, right? Boom. But let's try holding this plank. If I can do that without pain, can I stabilize up? Can I reach across and touch the hands? Does that hurt? No. How about the elbows? Now, notice your hips are trying to twist. Don't let them. Really lock up thighs. Shoulder. Okay? And if none of that's hurting, great. Try reaches. Try reaches. See how high you can get that arm up. Do these for a couple weeks and then come back and try the 8 reps here push-up or hand release push-up or stability ball push-up or whatever push-up you're doing. We've got 8 reps in there, but you know, we've got a lot of cranky upper limbs. So don't neglect them. You want to keep them strong. Isometrics are the way, and those little wrist, elbow, shoulder taps will challenge you on that plank. All right, stability ball glute bridge. 8 reps per leg, single leg. Now if you're thinking, why didn't we do any push-ups? Well, I did a lot of planking there. You could have been doing push-ups while I was talking, right? So the ball does not move when we do these. Make the ball static. Only thing moving is you, your hips. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. The ball's not going anywhere. I think that was 8. Same thing on the other side. Big pelvic tilts. Along with a lot of glute squeeze. And if you're finding one side is a little weaker than the other, it's okay. That's why we're doing this. We're trying to balance things out. And if you're having trouble with hips when walking or running, this is going to do a great bit of extra work because we're just doing one leg at a time, right? So all the stabilizers are working overtime. When 2 legs are working or 2 arms are working, you've got this kind of built-in chain of stability. We take that away, it's not so much fun. All right, knee tuck. So shins up on the ball. Remember, we're not piking. We're keeping the hips low and tucking our knees under our torso. So good push-up plank position. My torso's not moving. My shoulders just staying locked right above the hands. I'm just pulling and tucking. Right about here, you start to feel a stretch in your back. That's what you want. And if it's fighting you, it's okay. Fight back. Pull the knees up just a little bit further each rep. Work hard to keep the knees down, or the hips down rather. Doing 13 of these puppies, I need about 4 more to go. If you needed to rest, you can just park on your knees. And just kind of hang out there, reset when you're ready, and then go again. Okay. Seated leg raise. My new least favorite. But I feel it work. Okay, remember, key is the hands. They press on the floor. Don't let your arms bend straight like you're pushing. And what you're trying to do is crush the floor by squeezing your torso down and then at the same time lift your legs up. So hands are there, give or take. And we're going to try and lift and hold for a second for 8 reps. I'm pulling and lifting, right? So I'm moving this way as I lift my legs. Yes, sharp exhale whenever you're trying to contract your abs. Sharp exhale helps. Keep those hands down, legs straight. Just kicking my butt. Okay. Whew. Leg raise, close squat. The board's so busy I can't see what's on it. Remember, close squat. Everybody's touching. There you can see feet are touching. Knees not quite touching, but we're not going to let them pop apart. Right? This is normal. As I come down, I'm squeezing the knees together, reaching my arms forward. If you've been having trouble with these, maybe grab a light weight and see if you can't get a little deeper down. And if you don't have a weight, you want to challenge yourself. See if you can keep your arms up and behind your ears, like so. Could do that with the TRX, like the overhead squat. That would be interesting. All right. Regular stability ball crunch. Maybe you don't do these enough. I don't know, somebody was really startled with me the other day. Okay. So remember, your start position. I've got pretty much my back on the ball. My hips are just off the ball. Shoulder blades, if I lay back, are on the ball. And it's kind of what you want. You want a little stretchy. But when you start and support the head and neck, first thing you're going to do is you're going to clench your glutes and push into a tight pelvic tilt, right? So the hips roll up, pointing hard into the ceiling, and then you crunch and pause. Now you can let go here if you want, get a stretch, but make sure the first thing you do is squeeze the glutes, lift the pelvis. If you're coming up higher than this, you're not squeezing your glutes. Try not to let the ball move. And when you get to the top, if you're at home, you're alone. Pause for a second. Feel what's happening there. Feel the musculature. See if you can make it tighter by touching. Stretch it back out. Squeeze up. You've got this. You can feel that. But can you get your obliques a little bit tighter? Can you? Take a second. Work it. Stretch back. Squeeze the glutes harder. Squeeze the abs harder. Use that contraction for your benefit. 13 like this, very different than 13 like this, right? This is like doing 30 reps. Tight glutes to top. Crunch those abs. Try to feel your obliques cinch down. Get everything as tight as possible. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. All right. Oh, stay here. Romanian Twist. Just going to roll out a little bit further. So here we're supporting the shoulders, neck and head. Hips are supporting the rest of the torso, and you can keep them up as high as possible. Rotate, right? And the sensation is like I'm pushing the ball under me, right? I'm not rolling over the ball. I'm rolling the ball under me. Hips are doing the work. And you can feel this hip is driving, this hip is braking. Now, to make it even more effective, just work on focus on keeping the hips as absolutely high as you possibly can. I think this might be 8 here, give or take. Okay. All right, so those are the Romanian twists. I guess this feels like an ab workout, doesn't it? Reverse crunch. You know, if you have something to hold on to, great. Do it. Take advantage of that extra leverage and get tucked up, but keep your head on the floor. Don't do this. Keep the head down. And so I just reach back. Sometimes I hold on, I have nothing here. But keep the head down on the floor. Don't find yourself doing that. If you have to think about pushing the back of your head into the floor, do that. 13 reps. Tailbone touches the floor, stop, reverse. Don't bounce off the ball. Don't let your back arch, right? My back is flat pressed into the floor here. That's my stop and start. Up, down. As soon as my back is all the way there, boom, back up. The movement is, again, one of those one vertebrae at a time type things. If you watch for a second, you see how slowly I'm lowering. Boom, 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 boom. It's like a pill bug. Right? They curl up in a little ball and they open up. And we can see their little shell, how it interleaves, and our spine kind of does the same thing. Was it 13, anybody? Let's do one more. One more, just to make it burn a little bit better. Slow down, slow, 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 slow. Okay. Woo. Reverse crunch. Ooh, last one. Ab rollouts. Holy abs. You'll notice this is an 8-repper. If you're not comfortable going there, don't. You all know how I feel about the ab rollout. Love the exercise. It's got a bad reputation for a lot of bad reasons. And we're a little tired right now, so stay focused on the glute squeeze. Do not hurt your back with this, right? Wrists are neutral, straight, don't let them flop back. Nice wide base, tight glutes. Notice my start position is a little further forward than most. You know, I start out here. I don't want to be back here. My back's going to be not in a great position. I want to get into my real start. And all I'm going to do is open my shoulders and close my shoulders. If you have to take a break, readjust those hips, do it, stay safe. A couple of seconds isn't going to destroy what you're doing here to build strength and stamina. It's going to keep you safe. Because what will destroy your quest for strength and stamina is tweaking your back because you didn't pay attention. Then you're out of commission for a week or 2 or 5. Right? So train smart and train long. Because that, I tell you kids, longevity is key with this. The more number of days per week you can get a little workout in, the better. Yes, you're better working out. I'm going to say it's 7 days a week for just 20 minutes total. Then screwing around 3 days a week and missing a workout here, and then you lost 30% of your training. If you're doing 7, you lose 1 workout. Small percentage of your training. You build up discipline, habit, consistency, and guess what? That breeds the motivation to keep you going. So think about just getting into some simple routine, even if it is 10 minutes of get-ups. God forbid, with a little bit of stretching. There's your 20 minutes. Peace. I'll see you guys Wednesday.